Coming up on Mountain News this morning, funeral arrangements were announced following a drowning death on Sunday. And another man died after a tubing incident on the Kentucky River in Franklin County this weekend.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Wednesday to you. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this June 11th. We are just about at 6:30 this morning. And Megan, it's been a warmer start to our Wednesday.
I would have to agree with that. And thankfully, not only has it been warm, but it's been dry. We kind of have the best of both worlds in terms of the way you can start off your Wednesday morning. Here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar. And as you can see, nice and clear. In fact, even as we zoom out across the state of Kentucky, we're looking nice and dry. We do have a little bit of fog in the area, so make sure you're driving carefully if you're heading out the door this morning. Seeing dense fog, especially as you're traveling towards portions of McCreary County. Here's a look at those temperatures, though. As we mentioned, it's a little bit of a warmer start to your day. Upper 50s and low 60s is what you can expect, with high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. It's going to be another warm day out there, so make sure you bring out your sunglasses and wear some sunscreen. Here's a look at the next 12 hours as we see those temperatures hiking up, hitting a high around that 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock mark, in between mostly sunny to sunny skies. Amelia.
A Madison County man pleaded guilty to knowingly and intentionally possessing a mixture or substance containing methamphetamine. George Anthony Walker of Richmond entered a guilty plea to the charge. The incident stems from when Walker was pulled over by police for speeding in March in Pikeville. Walker was indicted by a federal grand jury later in the month. He was previously convicted for a serious drug felony in Madison Circuit Court and could face anywhere between 10 years to life in prison. A Prestonsburg woman is behind bars after police say she turned herself in for reportedly killing her father. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has the latest.
A late-night call on Monday brought first responders to this home on Kentucky 321 in Prestonsburg.
Called 911 and told dispatchers that she had shot her father, 62-year-old Jimmy Harvey.
Prestonsburg Police Chief Ross Shurtleff says the caller, later identified as 22-year-old Summer Adkins, told officers she had been home for nearly an hour and had been having a confrontation with her parents.
It was a discussion or a disagreement prior to the shooting, immediately prior to the shooting, and then she, by her own admission, did shoot and kill her father.
Shurtleff says though the exact details of that discussion are still being corroborated, after the shooting, Adkins immediately called dispatch and turned herself in.
Upon arrival, Adkins was located in the front yard, immediately in front of the house, and was detained. Was from the beginning and has remained throughout the preliminary stages of our investigation cooperative.
He says officers are still investigating claims Adkins made regarding the motive for the murder, which will all be presented before a judge next week.
She has made some statements, family members have made some statements, so we're going to have to, every one of those leads is taken very seriously, so we have to hammer that out at this point, and that's what's important for people to understand. At this point, did a murder occur? And the answer to that question is yes.
In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Adkins was taken to the Floyd County Detention Center, charged with 1 count of murder, and is expected to appear for a preliminary hearing at 1:30 Monday afternoon. Funeral arrangements are set for a man who died in a kayaking incident Sunday on the North Fork of the Kentucky River in Hazard. Game warden Carl Smith with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife says 2 people were kayaking. 37-year-old Kevin Scott Sellers of Christopher was pronounced dead at the scene. A 16-year-old girl was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Smith says at this point they're not sure if the 2 had a life jacket with them while they were kayaking.
Just make sure that if you're going to be on a vessel, make sure you got your life jacket, and just be aware of your surroundings, know where you're at. Don't try to go through no high waterways or rapid waterways. Just safety is the main thing, and that's why we do what we do.
The visitation and funeral for Sellers will be tomorrow evening at Engel Bowling Funeral Home in Hazard. Folks are mourning the loss of an elementary student in Perry County. 11-year-old Zane Lewis was a student at East Perry Elementary. According to Lewis's obituary provided by Maggard Funeral Homes, it says he died on Sunday at UK Hospital in Lexington. Lewis's visitation is set for 4 until 8 today at Maggard's Mountain View Chapel. The funeral will be at noon tomorrow. This weekend, 25-year-old Michael Luby died after a group of people went underwater while tubing on the Kentucky River in Franklin County. His family says he was wearing a life jacket, but deputies believe the waters were too strong. Canoe Kentucky is a canoe, kayak, and rafts rental service that runs tours on Elkhorn Creek in the Kentucky River. The general manager says incidents like these are why they push for safety.
What we look at is how fast the water's flowing. It sure is a great time, but it's what if you fall in the water. What do you do then? We always encourage folks to check the water conditions. That's not just what the water temperature might feel like. What is the flow rate? Are there any known hazards? Have they gone out and checked to make sure the passage is clear? And of course, checking your gear and equipment.
Yesterday's weather may seem like it was a beautiful day to hit the water, but Canoe Kentucky closed their rental portion because of potentially dangerous waters. Sanders says anyone is welcome to contact them for a second opinion on water conditions before heading out on their own. Well, it's been an incredibly wet start to the year, and this has posed some challenges for local crops. Kevin Evans, owner of Evans Orchard in Georgetown, says planting crops has been inconsistent due to frequent rains. Scheduled planting has been all over the place. This includes crops like sweet corn.
All this rain we've had, we can't get in the fields to get, things planted, like, for an instance, sweet corn. Usually every 2 weeks we're planting corn. And this year it's about every 3 weeks, and then next time it's 10 days, and next time it's 7 days. It's erratic just because there's so much moisture in the ground.
Evans says crops like apples and strawberries can catch diseases much easier from excess rain. A national archery organization is hitting the mark when it comes to supporting tornado recovery in Laurel County. ASA Archery presented $56,000 to Martin's Peterbilt, helping fund ongoing tornado relief for families in the area. So far, more than 210 families have received financial assistance from the Martin's Peterbilt Tornado Fund. In total, nearly $700,000 is expected to be raised. They say it's all about giving back to the community.
Martin's Peterbilt's been in business, family-owned for 60 years. This is where we started from. Now we've got 6 locations across 2 states, and this is our home. This is where we started from, and we wanted to give back something to impact the community.
The fund has no deadline and applications are still being accepted. Checks will continue to go out as long as funding lasts. Details on how to apply will be up on our website, WYMT.com. A Kentucky business is also giving back to victims of last month's tornado. Shop Local Kentucky raised about $150,000 from selling Kentucky Strong shirts. They presented a check to the governor yesterday morning. Since launching the Kentucky Strong initiative in 2017, the founder says they've raised more than $1.8 million for victims of the Commonwealth's natural disasters. A benefit concert in London is bringing music and meaning together to support tornado survivors. The City of London is reimagining their summer concert series on June 21st. Sound Center Park will host a free concert featuring several bands and artists, including Lee Newton, Andrew Moore and Hooch, Sneaky Pete, and more. $20 London Strong t-shirts will be sold, with all proceeds going to the United Way.
Andrew Moore and I just discussed it and thought that this would be a great opportunity to showcase some of our local talent and use their talents to help benefit our community and give the victims some not only proceeds to help with rebuilding, but just something to help the community come together again.
The event runs from 2 until 10. At their last concert, they raised around $800 in t-shirt sales. A pop-up driver licensing clinic is opening one day next week in Wolfe County. Transportation Cabinet officials say the clinic will be open from 9:30 until 3 on June 18th. It'll be located in the old courtroom at the old courthouse in Campton. Folks can apply for a real ID license as well as replace or renew their driver's license or state ID card. The Laurel County African American Heritage Center is inviting the community to celebrate Juneteenth with a full day of festivities this weekend. The second annual celebration will take place June 14th at Town Center Park in London. Organizers say they'll have inflatables for kids, live music, spoken word performances, food, and a block party from 8 to 10. The event aims to honor Juneteenth's historical significance while bringing people together for a day of unity and fun.
I think it's important that we continue to celebrate it because I think it's important that we continue to talk about our history, but at the same time, take our history and move forward with it.
Again, this event is set for June 14th at 500 North Main Street. More details are available at lcaahc.org or on their Facebook page. Burger Week 2025 is underway in Corbin. Folks can go to the depot on Main to try the Beast, which is a half-pound fajita smashed double smash burger smothered in queso cheese, and that's just one example of what they've got. For more information about what's on the menu, you can call the Corbin Tourism and Convention Commission at 606-528-8860. Burger Week runs through Sunday.
This morning we're seeing those temperatures in the 50s and 60s, so we're off to a warmer start to the day. However, we'll see even warmer temperatures this afternoon, really getting into the mid to upper 80s across all of eastern Kentucky. A little bit cooler for our Virginia and West Virginia counties, looking in the low 80s. Now we are nice and clear on that live pinpoint Doppler radar this morning, and we'll continue to stay nice and dry throughout the day. Maybe a little bit of clouds moving in and out of our region, but all in all, nice and sunny conditions. Here's what you need to know if you're traveling this morning. Temperatures in the low 60s in the morning with clear skies. Around lunch, you can expect the upper 70s with sunny skies. And this evening, temperatures will be in the mid 80s. Amelia.
Thanks for joining us at 6:40. We've got more mountain news on the way.